Hello, this is Willie Krupp at Willie's Carburetor and Dyno Shop. I'm going to show you some products here that we manufacture for our racing carburetors. One of them is the float level adjusting tool. The float level adjusting tool is a 2-in-1 tool. It's a 5/8 socket and also the screwdriver that properly fits the needle and seat locking screw. I'll demonstrate how it works here, how we can raise and lower the float level safely without spilling any of the fuel. As we raise and lower the fuel, we have pressurized fuel up against the needle and seat right here, and normally with the two wrenches we'll go in here and have an external fuel leak. This here prevents any kind of external fuel leak seepage, keeps the engine safe from any kind of a fire, and allows you to adjust your float level properly. Larry here is going to show you how to properly adjust the float level on a Holley carburetor safely without any kind of fuel spillage. We always have pressurized fuel up against the needle and seat, and as Larry's going to adjust here, you'll see the 5/8 tool and the properly fit screwdriver will unlock the needle and seat where you can run it up and down, get your float level proper. Go ahead, Larry, let's show them how it does it. Zoom in here on the brass float. You'll see how the brass float can move up and down through the window. And once we get our float level set proper, we can lock it, safely lock it here, and we'll go on to the next one. I'm going to show you our new throttle bracket with the built-in throttle stop and also return spring. And this thing keeps all the return springs up and away from all the air cleaner and all the rest of your linkage. It's down low where it's out of the way. And we also have an auxiliary spring here for the secondary throttle shaft. Never before has anybody had a throttle return kit to where it helps and assists the secondary throttle shaft to shut. Larry, operate this system here. Let's show them how easy this thing works. Displaying here another throttle bracket. This is for a 2-barrel carburetor where it has a built-in throttle stop and return spring all in one. Show them how it works, Larry. Keeps the throttle from ever binding up, keeps it so it'll shut proper. It gets away from all the air cleaner, any kind of throttle linkage. I'm going to show you, it's a reluctor system here that we manufacture. It's a billet steel reluctor that's fully adjustable so we can change our ignition timing from one cylinder to the next. The factory reluctors that come from the manufacturers is a cast item to where you cannot bend or adjust any of the cylinder to cylinder timing. With our setup here, we can go in here and check each cylinder to cylinder timing and make sure when we set number one cylinder to 30 degrees or whatever degree we're wanting to put in that particular engine, that all the other cylinders are running on the same exact timing number. And a lot of the performance engines we found to go in here and retard 3 and 5 cylinder to help the durability and also help the power of the engine. So here we can go in here and find the firing order of a particular engine, adjust the cylinder to cylinder timing, and help that motor out. I'm going to display here, it's our bird cage indexing tool that allows you, as you make bar angle adjustments on your race car, that you can put the bird cage setting right back to where you scaled the car. If you've got a particular corner weight that you're wanting to achieve on the scales and you go and make a bar angle adjustment at the racetrack, this allows you to put each corner weights right back at where it was back at the scales. Here we'll demonstrate we're going to drop this upper bar 2 locations. Go ahead and drop the bar. You're going to notice where we had an index right at 0, perfectly level. Now it's reading at 1.80, and now at the racetrack we would turn it right back to our 0 setting to get our corner weight right back for us. That way we're making just one adjustment on this race car and not 2. We don't have the corner weights way off. The only thing we did now is just change bar location and angle.
I'm Nick Altman. I'm with Elite Chassis, and we're here at the Indy Show. We had a pretty good year this year. Kind of can't complain. Started off the year, ran the whole speed weeks at Ocala and Volusia, and actually won the Gator National at Volusia. So we had a really good start of the year. Kind of varied in the middle of the year there. We only got about 3 wins, but when we traveled all over the East Coast, Ohio, ran a few summer national races. So we had a pretty good middle of the season there. Only won 3 races, but at the end of the year is when we really came on strong. We started this Elite Chassis deal. We debuted it at Eldora. We built the car in only 15 days and go out there and set it on the pole, won the heat race, and then win the feature, and bring that trophy back to North Carolina was pretty awesome. So, we kind of couldn't complain to debut a race car in any better way. We had, the Allison brothers are actually doing the chassis stuff for us, and it's kind of all my thought process, everything that I wanted to do. And so then we took it to County Line for their 5,200 to win show, and went out there and broke my track record and won the heat race and won the feature there too. So, this thing's going to go to Volusia next year pretty much undefeated, and kind of can't complain. There's no better way that I could have debuted the thing, I don't think. And, we got a customer car right over there, it's Willie Krupp's car. Pretty excited to have him on board. We've sold about 8 cars so far, 2 going to Ohio, 1 going to New York. Ray Bollinger in Illinois, Mike McKinney, the UMP National Street Stock Champion, bought a car. So far we sold about 8 cars. I got the next 2 are going to West Virginia. So it's going to be pretty exciting next year to be able to race against the guys that I've actually built a car for. I'm kind of dreading the day that I get beat by one.
I'm Ollie Swartz Race Cars. I'm in Medford, Ohio. I'm at the IMIS show in Indianapolis. We got a car on display here at the Mobile One booth, Jace Kaiser out of Nebraska. It's 2013 Extreme. I guess what built our 2013 is 2010 season, and we've kind of pretty much stayed with the same chassis design throughout 2011 and 12, and obviously now in 13. We've had some pretty good runs here this year with Jackie Boggs and Chris Garnes, both winning a World of Outlaws and a Lucas Oil show. A lot of the stuff that is designed into our chassis is ground clearance, obviously, and you can see that by the raised right side frame rail. A lot of that stuff we've been doing for many, many years, since 1991. I use a rear strut front suspension where the lower strut tube runs to the back and rather than up front, so that if you clip the wall with the right front, you may bend your strut rod, but you're not going to snap it off and come in with a wrecker and have your header tore up and everything else. So kind of puts my guys on the racetrack a lot longer than what it has been in years past. But 1998 is when we first did this particular design. The raised frame rail down the right side, we picked up on that in 1991. And a lot of the other things that came about in 2010 actually was the short rear clip, which Kyle Burke played a big part in coming up with that little idea there that turned out to be a big idea. The short front clip also kept my guys on the racetrack a lot longer. My bumper is much longer, which makes it a little tougher to ship. Actually, it makes it almost impossible to ship with UPS or FedEx. But if you crash and hit the wall into a crash with another car, hopefully you're going to crash all the front bumper, not hurt any of the chassis whatsoever. And most of the guys that are out there that's got my stuff can tell you that racing this piece, you're probably going to be on a racetrack a lot longer than someone else. And I'm talking your weekend warrior guys, your full-time racers, Kyle Burke and even like, say, Jackie Boggs, and those guys may not tear up as many front-end pieces as some of the weekend warrior guys, but some of the things that's, I guess, typical to my cars, the cage design. We use a narrow cage, more like a NHRA funny car per se. Try to keep the structure around the driver very strong and very secure. The tail end may rip away, the front end may rip away, but hopefully my driver's seat and all the leg area and that kind of thing stays put. We've been getting a few hits from some series about the drop deck in the interior, where the body height is versus the interior height. Ours has a more sloped in, gradual drop deck interior, which means the flat surface of the interior is lower in my car than probably most other ones. But from my floor pan to the top of this deck is about 25 inches. We've taken and we've raised our cage from a crash that happened in 2009 with Jackie Boggs at a Lucas Oil race, which was televised. And from that particular race in August of 2009, we redesigned our whole cage and structure area to accommodate the driver, hopefully contain him inside the cage easier, and hopefully get out and dust off in a crash. But with the deck being lower, then the area of opening from my roll cage to the top deck is about 14.5, 15 inches, which allows, in many cases the driver to exit the right side if he's trapped from the left side or in up on his top and can't get out the left side area. We're running the flaring down this right side beside the seat. Obviously, that would keep the driver from being able to exit, but I'm all for eliminating that piece right there on every car for that matter, totally getting rid of that, to where a guy could exit the right side in case of in a crash. Our body design mostly is all aluminum. I don't use any fiberglass or plastic roofs or any plastic or anything around the driver in case of a fire. But safety-wise, I want to say that I try to strive on that as much as anything. The performance of the car, I think, has spoke for itself for the whole season this year. I guess I could go on and on about this race car, but if you're interested in this thing, I guess just look us up on the internet or give me a call and see us here at the IMIS show. If you can track me down here somewhere or get one of the distributors that's put pieces on this car, they may be able to track me down. But that's pretty much it. And this is our 2013 Sports Extreme, and appreciate getting able to talk to you about it.
Hi, I'm Dominic Salenbein with Penske Racing Shocks. We come out this year with a new through rod shock that we've been running on some sprint car stuff, some late model stuff. It's pretty slick, no rod pressure, and been working pretty hard at it. Had some good success, and I'm pretty excited about it for the year. We also have a new steel body modified shock we've been having a lot of luck with this year as well, and yep, finish it. Come check us out.
This is Chris Marchese from Performance Bodies, Cedar Falls, Iowa, here at the IMIS show. Just want to show you some stuff that we got laying around here in our booth. It's a MD3 late model nose. All the fast guys are on the MD3 nose. Over here, we got the modified dirt MD3 nose also. Picking up pace, a lot of guys are running that now. A little bit better, durable, just a good piece there. Got some new products over here on the shelf that we're also doing. Just a lot of different stuff. We picked up some Weir's merchandise, R2C filters, some new oil coolers and stuff, the stack stands from Powerlift Racing. Just a lot of new stuff. If you want to check out our website, it's performancebodies.com. Give us a call. We'll get you a catalog sent out. This is our new MD3 Monte Carlo street stock nose. We redesigned this. This is probably one of our most popular noses for the hobby stock, street stock guys. Kind of brought it in line with our MD3 family of noses. Added a little bit of height to it, a little more V to the front of it, a little more aerodynamic. Available in all the colors that we usually have. Screen kits available, a couple different headlight graphic kits. Just a nicer, little more cleaner piece for the MD3 street stock guys.